Okay, we're going to get going.
Oh, good.
We only have one person, but that's okay. Right? Maybe some more will show up. We just start off by doing this. So we're just doing like some swinging your arms, just to kind of warm up. And just make the arms nice and long and loose and heavy. And just swing easily from the back and the shoulders. There's a little bit of a twist in your ankles and your hips and your knees. And most of the focus is up in the upper back. And then we'll work up to the ribs. So we're just kind of like bouncing our hands off of our ribs, getting a little bit of a, what's the word, like, you know, a little vibration in the ribs, in the lungs. And then we'll work on up to our shoulders. So we'll just kind of pat ourselves on the back. Good job being here. Letting those shoulders be nice and loose and the arms nice and long and heavy. Just to get the blood moving and waking up the muscles. And then we're going to work up to the top of our head. So we just do a little tap on the top of our head. And so we're kind of like waking up the muscles all the way along the spine as we work up the body. And then we'll work down to the shoulders again, a few taps on the shoulders. Great. And then down to the lungs, ribs. And then a few back on the hips. Great. And then we'll just shake out the wrists and the fingers, wiggle the fingers a little bit, shake the wrists, then come up to the elbows, do a bit of chicken dancing into the shaking out the shoulders, loosening the neck, bringing the shake into the ribs and the hips and your butt and your thighs, down into the knees, and then you can like lift a leg and shake it out. Do that a couple of times both sides. And then one big shake all the way from the wrists to the feet a couple of times. Shake it all out. Just letting any stress or tension just flowing away from the body. Wonderful. Great. Now we'll just come into our energy flow posture. So we'll bring the feet together and then just take a step to the left. And we'll find that our feet just fall directly below our hips, more or less. And then make the feet parallel. You can look down and see if they're more or less in line with each other. And then you can just rock back and forward from your balls of your feet to your heels a few times, just to find a nice balance between the heels and the balls of the feet. And then you can just kind of rock from side to side. You just feel that you're finding your center point in your feet. There's a nice even balance of the connection between the feet and the floor, the earth. And then just gently relax the ankles, relax the ankles, gently bend the knees. If you look down, you can still see your toes. And then just tip the pelvis forward slightly and feel as if your tailbone is being drawn down towards the earth. So we're kind of sitting down into the earth a little bit. And just take a nice deep breath deep into the lower half of your body. Feel the breath flowing down into your legs. And then lift the spine in alignment as if it's a fountain rising up into the sky. You know, a nice tall fountain. And then the top of the shoulders are like the top of the fountain, wide and open. There's some space underneath the armpits. And then the arms are the water flowing back down to the palms. So the elbows and the wrists and the fingers are nice and loose and heavy and open. The shoulders are open like the top of the fountain. And then we just gently bring the shoulder blades back towards the spine, just like an inch, just to open up the top of the clavicle, the top of the chest. And then just bring the belly button in towards the spine about an inch. And then just focus in on the diaphragm a few breaths. Just watch your diaphragm rising and falling. And feel the connection with the diaphragm and the breath. And you can just gently close your eyes with a little bit of light coming in the bottom of the eyelids. And then extend the neck by drawing the chin down so the chin's about 3 inches away from the top of the chest. And then relax the jaw, relax the eyes and the cheeks and all over the head and the ears. And then feel a cosmic string attached to the top of your head, keeping you upright so the rest of your body can just relax down towards the earth. And once again, tune into the diaphragm and feel the breath being drawn as the diaphragm extends down, and feel the breath flowing out as the diaphragm relaxes up. And as you breathe in, just feel the breath filling your whole body. And as you breathe out, just feel the breath sinking down into the body, down towards the pelvis and the floor. So as you breathe in, you gently expand the whole body. And as you breathe out, your body gently contracts and you feel the energy of the breath sinking deep, touching every muscle, every bone, every cell of the body. So we're inviting the breath in and then just letting the beneficial aspect of the breath sink deep into our cells, into our blood, into our nerves. And this is the energy flow posture. So we're just trying to keep to smooth out any kinks, any areas of tension. Just let the breath flow through the whole body nice and gently and easily. Feeling the feet on the ground. Feeling your connection to the sky. And then we just gently open the eyes, and then we'll pull down heavens 3 times. And the way we do that is we lift up the earth energy with our hands, and then we turn our hands, and then we let the sky energy flow down towards us, and then we draw that earth and sky energy like a big ball in front of us. And then we turn our hands towards our lower abdomen, the lower energy center. And then we let the arms float to our sides. And as we pull up the earth, we're going to breathe in. And then we're going to keep breathing in as we let the heavenly energy flow down towards us. And then we're breathing out through the nose as we draw that big ball of energy down in front of us and through us. Turning our hands towards the lower abdomen, let the hands flow to the sides. And then one more time, breathing in. Continuing to breathe in as you receive, and then like pulling a ball through water, there's a little bit of resistance there as you breathe out. And then this time, just keep the hands in front of the lower abdomen there, wonderful. And then just feel your feet grounding on the earth. And then just imagine that you're holding this ball of earth and heavenly energy between your hands. So part of Qigong is using the imagination. And then we're going to do the 8 directions of Qi. So just hold this ball in your hands for a moment. And then the first direction is dispersing. So we turn our hands away from us and we press that energy away. And then the next is gathering. So we gather that energy in front of us back to where we started. And then up. So we lift the energy up to about shoulder height, and then we pull it in towards us to about our solar plexus. That's moving towards and moving away. We push that energy out in front of us again, and then we expand that energy. We have the hands facing each other, expanding the energy, and then contracting the energy. We push that energy back, and then we pull the energy down. So that's the 8 directions. We'll do that again. Dispersing, pushing it out, gathering in front, lifting up, pulling towards, pushing away, expanding, contracting, and pushing down. And again, dispersing, gathering, lifting, pulling towards, pushing away, expanding, contracting, and pressing down, and dispersing, gathering, and lifting, and pulling towards, pushing away, expanding, contracting, and pressing down. We'll do that 4 more times. Dispersing, gathering, lifting, towards, away, expanding, contracting, pressing down, dispersing. Just feel that air, that chi dispersing, and then you're gathering. Just an intention, lifting, like you're actually lifting a ball through water, and then you're pulling towards you, putting that big ball of energy, and then you're pushing it away. There's some resistance there. And then you're expanding, you're feeling that energy getting wider and brighter, and then you're pressing it, contracting it in front of yourself. And then you're pushing it down like a ball through water. A couple more times, dispersing, gathering, lifting, towards, away, expanding, contracting, pressing down. One more time. Disperse, gather, lift, towards, away, expand, contract, and down. And this time just hold the energy there between the hands, just in front of your lower abdomen. And you can look down and you can see, you can imagine a ball of energy, light, moving and swirling. And then we're just going to move into the 8 pieces. So we do is very similar. We just kind of disperse that energy down into the ground, and then we gather it up, and then we lift it in front of us. We join the fingertips around the chest area, and then we press up, and then we float on down, dispersing that energy, gathering, lifting, turning the fingers, pressing up, and then floating down. And we're going to coordinate the breath. So as we gather and lift, we're going to breathe in. And then we're going to breathe out as we float down through the nose. Breathing in as we gather and lift. Pressing up and then breathing out through the nose as we float down. And if you like, you can come up onto your tiptoes for an extra stretch. You feel comfortable doing that, that's great. Keeping the shoulders and the neck as relaxed as you can, even while they're active. You can turn the thumbs towards the sky for a little extra stretch in the inner arm. Just moving at your own pace. About 3 or 4 counts in, 3 or 4 counts out, if you like to count the breath. So just feel it. And remember, we're moving the whole body. We're not just moving the arms. The arms are sort of like creating the movement, but there's looseness and strength in the pelvis. Do a couple more of these in the knees and the ankles. Even in the eyes can gently follow the movement. The eyes are open. Do one more in our own time, lifting, pressing, to get everything nice and flowing, all the blood and the chi flowing. And then just let yourself ground out the energy through the hands, feet, tailbone. And then we're going to take a step so we have a wide stance, a horse stance. You can feel like you're riding a horse. Bring the tailbone slightly forward if it's comfortable. And bring the hands in front of the chest with the left hand in front of the right. And then we're going to draw a bow to both sides. So we're going to extend that right arm, pull the string with the right, extend the left, and then come to center. And then extending the right, pulling the string with the left, and then come to center. And we're going to breathe in as we extend, looking out into the distance, and breathing out to center. Breathing in, and breathing out. Breathing in, drawing the shoulder blades down towards the hip so that we're not breathing out, so that we're not crunching. Breathing in. We don't want to crunch our shoulders towards our ears, so we're consciously drawing the shoulder blades down towards the hip. Gently following the movement with the eyes. Let the neck be relaxed. Feel your feet on the ground. And the stretch can be as big or as loose as you feel comfortable. Qigong's a lot about the flow. It's more important than the stretch. Connect with the lungs, with the hands, and that center is the exhale. Complete. We're kind of reaching and drawing some beneficial chi towards our lungs. Let that beneficial chi settle into the lungs. Looking out into the distance. Do a couple more each side. Feeling the feet on the ground, a gentle bend in the knees if you can. Feel the tailbone drawn down towards the earth like you're sitting on a horse. Keeping the back nice and aligned, the shoulders relaxed and drawn down towards the earth. And then to complete, just bring the hands in front of the chest for a moment, and then imagine some light and energy pouring out of the palms deep into your lungs, deep into your abdomen. And then relax, draw the feet together, ground out any energy through the feet, the hands. And then we bring our hands at about elbow height, palms facing up, feet about hip width apart. And then we're going to take the right hand up and the left hand down, palms facing out, and then floating down to our starting position. Then left hand up, right hand down, palms facing out, more or less on center line, and then down. And we're breathing in as we extend to both sides, and breathing out through the nose and we come to center. Breathing in and breathing out. Once again, relaxing the shoulders, even though they're very active. You have a sense of relaxing the neck, relaxing the shoulders. Feeling this nice stretch through the ribs, through the hips, down to the foot on one side. Feeling a slight compression of the body on the other side. Feel the lung opening on one side. Feel the breath filling those lungs. Feeling that gentle squeeze in the lungs on the other side. Releasing any stagnant energy, stagnant blood in the lungs. And also focus in on the spleen, pancreas on the left-hand side of the body, just below the left ribs. And as you lift the right arm, just feel that area on the left side getting a little squeeze, squeezing out any stagnant blood, any stagnant energy. And as you lift the left arm, the breath just flows into that area gently and smoothly, bringing fresh energy and fresh blood into our digestive system, the earth element in Qigong medicine. We're working with the earth element, qualities of trust, self-confidence, keeping everything in place. Gently following the movement with the eyes without straining the neck. Connecting heaven and earth. Do a couple more each side. With that nice two-way stretch between the hands through the central line. Do that place of balance between the sides as your hands reach the center. And then to conclude, just bring the hands to that central point, feel the balance between the left and the right, and ground out through the hands, through the feet, through the tailbone. You can always shake out any point you want to shake out. And then we're going to bring the feet almost touching, about an inch apart. Just stand like a post for a moment. And then we're going to do some spinal twists by looking over our left shoulder, and then letting the left shoulder turn, and then looking to the moon on the horizon, and then gently dipping the shoulder down so we can see our feet, lifting the shoulder, and then rotating to the front, up through the spine, to the shoulder, to the neck. And then looking over our right shoulder, and then turning the shoulder as far as we can, looking down towards the feet, lifting the back into alignment, and then rolling up through the spine. And as we do this, we're going to try and keep the pelvis facing forward. So the pelvis is almost twisting in the opposite direction of the back and the shoulders. And we're going to just try and keep that pelvis facing forward, protect the knees, and give our lower back a little bit of resistance to work with. Of course, we're only turning as much as we feel comfortable. There's no point in straining. Remembering that Qigong is as much about the flow as it is the stretch. And this exercise is the cow gazing back at the moon. So take a moment to look at the moon before you dip your shoulder, and then come back to looking at the moon on the horizon. We're breathing in as we look behind us, breathing in that moon energy deep into our nervous system, breathing out any tension to come forward. And by dipping the shoulder, we're opening up the chest a little bit. Bringing the breath deep into the lungs. We're bringing fresh energy and fresh blood into the spinal column and the brain. And we can feel that universal chi filling our whole bodies, connecting with all the nerves of our bodies, all the way to the skin, all to the deepest vagus nerve, all the nerves that enliven our muscles and our organs. So once we've completed this turn, let's do one more each side. Keeping the eyes nice and open and alive. Inviting a sense of calm, of rest and digest and heal into our whole body. And then just come to the front for a moment, let the energy settle through the hands, through the feet, through the tailbone. Shake out if you want to shake out at any point. And then we come back into our horse stance. Like we're sitting on the horse, and we're going to bring the hands over the lower side with the fingers on the inside and the thumbs on the outside. And then just find a nice point where you feel your back is being supported by your legs and your arms, like a bridge. And then we're going to straighten the right leg and bend the left leg and let the head and body float to the left. And then we're going to bend both legs and let that body float to center. And then we're going to bend the right leg and straighten the left and let the head float to the right. And then float to the center by bending both legs. And we're going to breathe in as we float to one side and breathe out to center through the nose. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out to center. And this is the tiger swinging its tail, reduces fire in the heart. So we can imagine a big tiger tail behind us, floating from side to side. And the movement of the legs and the tail and that shift of weight just lets our body and our heart float up into the air. And we feel the sunlight pouring down through our heads, bringing light and love into our hearts. And any sense of anxiety or having too much to do just flows away from the heart as we breathe out to center, down into the earth to be transformed. Do a couple more each side, really feeling that sunlight pouring down, filling our heart as we breathe in, feeling our feet connected to the earth. And then come to center and just hold this here for a moment to let the energy settle from the head, and then just gently rolling up through the back, supporting the back with the hands until you come to alignment. Let the Feet come together. And then we bring the feet directly below the hips one more time. And then we bring the hands over the kidneys, pressing into the kidneys a little bit, just below the lowest rib. And then breathing in, we lift the chest to the sky, lengthening the back. And then in our own time, we roll the chin down towards the chest and then roll down the back, vertebra by vertebra, reaching for the toes, lifting up on the toes if you can reach. If not, just reaching for the toes. And then in your own time, rolling up through the knees, through the pelvis, each vertebrae, bringing the hands back towards the kidneys, supporting the kidneys. Let that unfolding move into the chest. And then again, rolling down, chin to chest, relaxing the head and the shoulders, sweeping down the outside of the legs, reaching for the toes, pulling up on the toes if you can. If not, just reaching for the toes, and then unfolding up with the hands in front of us as if we're bringing up a ball of energy. Divide that ball of energy, press it into the kidneys, open the heart to the sky. Just let the breath be flowing naturally at first, just so you get used to the flow and the rhythm of the unfolding, the gentle stretch as you pull up or reach for the toes, the growing opening as we bring our bodies up, supporting the kidneys, rolling down. And you begin to notice that as you roll down, the body tends to want to breathe out. You can do a little rest breath as you enjoy this gentle stretch throughout the whole body. And then as you unfold up, the breath begins to flow in through the nose, deep into the lungs, connecting with the kidney energy. And just rolling down and rolling up in your own time. Enjoying that stretch, a little rest breath. And we're connecting with the water element. The kidneys are part of the water element, so you can imagine we're bringing up a big ball of watery energy from deep inside the earth. And we're just sweeping away any fear, any apprehension from our kidney area down through the outer channels of the legs and drawing up nurturing, cooling water from the earth. And then showing our hearts to the sky, letting the sun beam into our hearts, connecting with the kidneys, gently warming the kidneys, activating that kidney energy, connecting the heart with the kidney, connecting the fire and the water in balance. Remembering to keep the neck and the shoulders and the arms as loose and relaxed as possible. Feeling a sense of intention with our movements. Feeling the feet grounded on the earth. Do a couple more. Enjoying this wave-like motion of the earth and the water. With feeling the kidneys to the sky as we reach forward. Lifting, pressing, one last time, opening the chest to the sky, and then come into alignment. Let everything shake out for a moment. Round out through the hands and the feet and the tailbone, and then we'll step into our horse stance once again. And then we're going to bring the fists at elbow level and really tighten the fist as hard as you can. And then take a nice deep breath in, and then punching out with the right down towards the ground, and then opening the palm as you breathe in towards you. Punching out with the left, and then drawing the breath in. Sending that energy of anger and frustration down into the earth. Clearing the liver. And then open the palm, drawing back. Sense of natural growth. Sense of kindness and compassion. Inviting that gentle kindness deep into our bodies. We'll do a couple more each side. Just let it all go and draw it in. And then just stand here for a moment. Just connect with the liver and spleen energies. Let the energy connect to the ground. And then we come to center. And we'll do some vibrations. And we do the horse shake. So we're going to like breathe in as we shake the energy up to our shoulders. And then breathe out as we shimmy down from the shoulders to the heels. So breathing in, drawing the energy up, filling our whole body, and then just shaking it all out as hard as we can, down to our ribs, our pelvis, and legs. If you want, you can do a horse blow with the lips, breathing in through the nose, or you can breathe out through the nose, just let it all go. Do that a couple more times, shaking up, and then shimmying down as hard as you can, like a big horse, trembling. Wonderful. And then we'll just conclude by bringing the hands over the hips at the bottom there. Bring the feet comfortably below you. And then just gently bouncing with the knees and the pelvis. Just feel a sense of loosening in the muscles, loosening in the ribs and the bones and the neck. Just bringing a sense of vibration to every cell, every joint, every muscle. Imagine every cell of the body vibrating. Wonderful. And then we'll do a little bit of free movement. Just whatever you feel like doing. Just let your body guide you. Exploring your body from side to side, back to front, up and down. You can lift a leg and do a little bit of a turn, whatever you feel like it. Just to enjoy your freedom of movement in your body. And then slowly we'll come back to our energy stance, our energy flow posture. The feet directly below the hips, parallel. Nice even balance between the front and back of the feet. Knees gently bent, ankles relaxed, pelvis tipped forward slightly, tailbone down, belly button towards the spine a little bit, rising up through the spine, opening with the shoulders, let the arms float down, bring the shoulder blades back a little bit, tune into the diaphragm, relax the ribs, lengthen the neck gently with the chin down towards the chest about 3 inches away. Relax the jaw, close the eyes with a little bit of light coming in the bottom of the eyelids. Give yourself a little smile, close the mouth. Relax the jaw and the cheeks and the forehead and all over the skull. Imagine that cosmic string keeping you upright so the rest of your body can just relax down towards the earth. Feel the in-breath filling the whole body, expanding gently like a balloon. And as you breathe out, feel the gentle contraction of the body. Feel the energy settling deep into the body as you breathe out. And in your own time, you can just always stand here for as long as you like. Gentle standing meditation brings calm and strength to our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. So now we'll just open our eyes, come back to our space, and we'll pull down heavens 3 times, remembering to lift that energy as we breathe in, and then let the heavenly energy flow down towards you, and then drawing that energy like a big ball in front of you, the grounding out any excess energy in our outer fields down into our lower energy center at the base of our abdomen, our center of gravity. Tuck that in there. Let your hands float to the side, and then again lifting up, breathing in, receiving, breathing in, and then drawing down through our bodies any excess energy in the internal organs and the internal fields, drawing that down to our center of gravity. And then one more time, lifting, breathing in, receiving, drawing down, seeing that central core of light that runs from the top of the head to the base of our torso, drawing any excess energy in the head and the heart center down into our lower energy field. Just hold the hands here for a moment and make a connection with that center, that lower energy center. You can imagine a ball of energy just emanating from there. And then we're going to expand that ball of energy in all 6 directions, side to side, up, down, front and back. And then we're going to gather that energy towards us, seeing that ball getting smaller and brighter and more concentrated. And then we're going to line up the palms in front of us, pressing that energy deep into our lower abdomen, let our hands landing there and pressing gently into the lower abdomen, seeing the ball of energy become the size of a golf ball, glowing, a magnificent marble, and then a luminescent pearl, so bright and radiant, it just beams out around you, several feet. Imagine this beaming energy, bright and luminescent, so that we can connect with each other with our energy, even if we are not connecting with our bodies. And then just ground that energy down into that pearl, down into your center. Let it settle. Then open the eyes, relax the body, and step into your day. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
See you again.
Thanks, Leopard.
End this. One sec.
Thank you, Leopard.
Bye.
You're still here. I don't see you. That's great.
Yeah, there's something funny going on. Oh, wait.